Sorry, I know I've been going back and forth, but thank you so much for this robust discussion. And I just also want to send my my thanks and my gratitude to Senator Skinner for doing this incredible work, not just now, but she's been doing this work for a very long time. And of course, our governor's office and many of our colleagues who've done this. It is historic. And what my mind boggles around is why data is such a bad thing. Data, I think we can all agree, is important. As mentioned, none of our environmental fees had gone up, but yet somehow Californians were paying much more at the pump. And so I know we keep saying this, but it needs to be reiterated. I'm just wondering why data is a bad thing. And I would love to hear from you, Mr. Garcia, and that's a big question, but why?
Absolutely. Data is a good thing. Understanding it, we would encourage this legislature and regulators to better understand the market. How you protect that data is the primary concern. Who receives that data and what they're going to do with that data is a concern. Getting data, we've been providing data to the Energy Commission under PIRA for 40 years now. It's never been a problem. Annually, monthly, weekly, sometimes daily, depending on the conditions in the market, we have provided that information to the Energy Commission. To sit here and say that we don't know, you've had the information. What you haven't had information on is supply and demand. We've encouraged you to get that information for the last 10 years. But data, you have that. You want more data, we'll look at the specifics, but we start with who gets it and how do you protect it. And I'll refer you back to the Attorney General's existing complaint. Those are not refiners. Those are global market traders that know what to do with the data. Now, some folks who are going to get information here, they may not know what to do with it. They may not know how to de-aggregate data. But fuels markets, they know what to do with it, and we would caution you to protect the information. That's the starting point.
Right. Okay. Well, I appreciate that answer, and I just think it would even help you with the, like as you mentioned, to the supply-demand discussion as well as the safety and maintenance reporting out. I think that helps all of us, especially the rhetoric you've provided on all of those elements. And then lastly, I just want to get clarification to the price gouging penalty fund addressing the consequences of price gouging. I know we've kind of discussed that, but what would that actually look like for consumers in California?
The way the bill is constructed, that would be up to the legislature at the point that there was money in the fund for the legislature to determine. And obviously there have been, different ideas to put specifics in, but I think we felt, in the last construction that rather than mandating a future legislature, you must spend it in this way, because you never know what the conditions are at the point that so number one, if price gouging occurs, number two, if the penalty is issued, and then there's funds, that what is the appropriate remedy to address those consequences? Is it, for example, rebates to those hit hardest by this price gouging? Or is it, there's any number of options clearly that a future legislature could take, but it allows them to weigh what the circumstances are at that moment in time.
Thank you. And again, I want to thank you, and I look forward to supporting this bill and continuing to work with all the agencies involved. Thank you.